Nut and oat milk should be considered juice instead of milk for many reasons. Right now, they're labeled as milk because their color, they're not sugar like juice, and they're used as a milk alternative. The problem with this is many people think that these alternative milks have the same nutritional benefit as regular milk. Almond milk has less protein, calcium, fat, and less carbs compared to regular milk. So even though it can be added to food and drinks instead of milk, it should not be considered a substitute because of how different it actually is. A research study by Vanga in 2018 says that almond milk is not equal to milk in nutrients. Coconut and rice milk cannot act as an ideal alternative for cow's milk because of its limited nutrient diversity. Soy milk is the only thing that slightly compares, but is still not equal. One of the main arguments that dairy farmers are having against the nut-oat milk debate is that these alternative companies are confusing customers by labeling these as milk. Customers see the word milk and just assume that it has all the same nutrients that regular milk does. Another major argument is that the definition of milk by the FDA is a lactose secretion obtained by the complete milking of one or more healthy cows. Nut and oat milks do not come from animals and do not fit the description of milk provided by the FDA. On the other hand, the definition of juice is the extractable fluid contents of cells or tissues. Almond milk and other nut milks are crushed in order to get the liquid out, and then the liquid is extractable from the cells and tissues of the nuts. Oat milk is made from soaking the oats in water, draining them, and then blending them again with water. The nutrients of juice kind of depend on what juice you're having, but most of them always have less protein and less calcium than milk. You can also get juice with added sugar or just plain, which is the same for these alternatives, such as almond milk. Almond milk can come flavored, sweetened, or unsweetened. The Association of Food Science and Technologists in 2016 says that stores cannot sell these products physically next to milk because of their imitations and their nutritionally inferior. If these products have to be separated from milk in stores, I don't think milk is the correct term for these. At the same time, almond milk can also be found on the shelves in stores, and they're not always in the refrigerated section. For these reasons, I think that these alternatives should be labeled as juice instead of milk because they do not fit the description that the FDA has provided as a definition of milk.